痛了那个是差点吧。
Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk about why is driving in China so hard or so different. Just before everything begins, I want to clarify this based on my observation of 2 weeks of staying in China this time and my first 15 years of life in China. The first reason is that there are all kinds of road users on the road in China. There are motor vehicles like cars and buses, and there are non-motor vehicles which are scooter bikes and bikes. And scooter bikes includes 2 wheels and 3 wheels and 4 wheels. 2 wheels are the most common ones. The 3 wheels and 4 wheels, which sometimes look like a small car, are actually not allowed to be on the road. They're illegal, but you still see them from places to places. The second reason sort of complements the first one, which is that across all levels of road users, the traffic rules is not reinforced enough. For example, scooter bikes. You don't need any license or any knowledge of driving to get a scooter bike. So, and at the same time, a scooter bike rider is vulnerable because once they got into an accident with a car, they could die, they could be killed. Another one is the people. You see pedestrians straight crossing all the time, but that's a global phenomenon. It's not very surprising. Last but not least, the car drivers. You can see people driving on the road at the same time playing with their phone in their hand. I mean, it's a common thing, but it's super common in China. The second reason, I don't think it's the people's fault. It's the big environment, because it's really hard to get a driving license in China. I think you have to take 4 tests, which includes 2 written tests and 2 road tests. You have to go to mandatory driving school for that. It's pretty hard. But as soon as you get your driver's license and you get on the real road, it's a different story. I don't think it's people's problem to try their best, but they're a product of the environment, which brings out the third reason. The third reason, which I think is the major reason why is it so hard, is that it's poor road planning or poor road design. Sometimes you feel like the civil engineers or whatever, the urban planner, did not give a shit about how people's gonna drive on it or how people's gonna drive on it without getting into an accident. There was this time I was on my way to my grandparents' place, which were in the countryside. Once we're off the national freeway, there was no street light on the way. And here's the video.
There's absolutely no street light on the street. We've been driving like this for like last 5 minutes.
And for the rest of that trip, 30 minutes trip, we did not see a single street light until we arrived at my grandparents' place. And it was necessary, we were very necessary to have street light because there are a lot of traffic. And there's only 2 lanes on the way, going back and forth, right? And they're pedestrians, dogs, farm vehicles, and scooter bikes, motorcycles, all kinds of users. They really need something to regulate. Not to mention there were no lanes on the way, no lines, but there was no lights. How are you gonna, you can easily hit a bike. And I mean, there are rivers on the sides of the road and paddy fields or some gutter. It's just very dangerous. Another common thing you see in China is that the lanes are not drawn on the road. Look at this video. This is obviously a 2-lane way, but there is no lane on the road. The lines are not drawn. So, which means you can switch from one side to another or drive in the middle of the road, however you like. The last very important factor that contributes to poor road design is construction. Every time at the end of year, there are constructions everywhere in my city because it's the deadline of the projects, the construction projects, not the university projects. But it's okay if they follow the standards. I mean, our city is developing, we need construction. But it's not fine if they don't follow the construction standards because it really messes up the road order and the driving environment. We don't know at the intersection where to go. We don't know if there's 2 lanes on the road or 5 lanes on the road. Look at this video. This road in front of my home, there used to be 5 or 6 lanes, and now because it's ready to be paved again, they removed the whole surface and did not put the lanes or any pavement on for about a few weeks. Nobody knows where to go. People just kind of insert their car into spaces. So that's really funny and messed up. The unordered roads caused by unstandard constructions definitely has caused so many car accidents. Another thing I hate to have in a driving environment is those huge flashy eye-raping flashboards or advertising screens. They're usually located at the busiest intersection of a city. During the day it was okay, but at night they're just way too destructive. They're on 24/7. They are not good for driving at all. Anyways, it's always been a problem to engineer an overpopulated traffic. I don't think China is the only country that has a problem with it. From my childhood, I've witnessed so many improvements that happen in my city. It's partially because of government's regulations and partially because of the improvement in economy. I hope there's a better situation next time I come back. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you learned something new about the real China. Goodbye.